Okay, welcome everyone. Chapter 24 of Uten Slug. So last time you guys had finished up and wrapped up all of your business in Yarder, and we're going to make your way to the village of Kolbaz to make use of his teleportation circle to get you to the town of Everland. So after he thanked you guys again for acquiring the Devastation Orb, he then began the necessary incantations to teleport you, saying that you would be arriving at the top level of Moongleam Tower in Everland, which is the headquarters of the Harpers. And there an apprentice would be waiting to greet you. So after a short, well, not so short, it was like 10 minutes, but after a certain amount of time, the teleportation circle activated and the teleportation succeeded, but it was kind of weird and discomforting. Serendiel, who had already been feeling a little bit under the weather after tromping around through the sewers in Yarder, he felt very ill indeed. But the rest of the party seemed to be okay. And yeah, exactly, yeah. Suffering. So anyway, you guys found yourselves in a windowless room. There was no sign of anyone to greet you except for a couple of Tressim. After exploring the room a little bit, you found a door beyond which came the sounds of snoring. So after you knocked loudly a few times, there was some thumping and shuffling, and the door was opened, and you saw an embarrassed-looking apprentice named Fluin, who apparently had been caught napping. He apologized profusely to you guys and bashfully went to go and fetch the Archmage Crowan Valharo, who was the one that you had been told to seek out. Fluin, the apprentice, apologized and wandered off, saying he would be back shortly. While you were waiting for his return, you explored a little bit more, but in the hallway that he was in, but didn't really find anything other than confirming that you were indeed at the upper level of one of the spires of Moongleam Tower. So it wasn't a short wait before Fluin returned with the Archmage, accompanied by a whole army of Tressim. Apparently, the Archmage Crowan loved the beasts, and he keeps dozens of them in the tower. He greeted you guys, and after verifying that you were who you said you were, he invited you to spend the night and actually to dine as guests of honor with the Harper Moonlord, who's named Daviana, along with several of the other apprentices and guards. Yeah, Don took quite a shine to her, as you'll find out later. Anyway, apparently the Moon Lord, she wanted to debrief Samril and the rest of you guys on what you'd experienced, particularly concerning the giants and so forth.
Debrief.
Yeah, exactly. Crowan also said he admitted that he had actually had an additional motive. Apparently, some items in the tower vault had recently gone missing, and some of the personnel of the tower had been exhibiting really weird lapses in memory and other strange behavior. Crowan suspected that someone or something had infiltrated the tower, but whoever or whatever it was being careful around him, so he wasn't able to get to the bottom of it. And what he was hoping is that what you guys might be able to do by talking to the other guests or the other attendees at the dinner, that if the suspect was among them or not, either way, you're being neutral outsiders might get them to open up a little bit more, or you might catch some insight by talking to them that he would not due to guarded behavior on their behalf otherwise. But in any case, the plan was that, he would join you guys for dinner. You'd get debriefed. Then he would leave, and then you guys could talk to the other people in the room and find out what you could. Until then, though, you guys were free to explore Everland a little bit. You did some errands, did some shopping, I think. But at the end of the day, or at the end of the evening, you returned back to Moongleam Tower for dinner. Which was held in a large dining room, which is taking up a full story of one of the towers of Moongleam Tower. Moongleam Tower is actually 4 separate towers, and they're all connected. And this dining hall was taking up the entire diameter of one of these towers and one of the upper levels. When you got to the room, you were greeted by the Moon Lord, along with Crowan, 2 of his apprentices, some guards, and, of course, many, many Tressim. The debriefing was thorough, but was well worth the time because the dinner you guys got served afterwards was excellent. Pretty much some of the best food you'd eaten since you've been on the road. And after everyone had eaten their fill, Crowan excused himself, giving you guys kind of a significant look that said, yeah, you should start your casual investigations now. He excused himself and went off to his chambers. So you guys spent some time talking to each of the other attendees. You didn't get around to talking to the guards, but pretty much apart from some petty political squabbles, you really didn't glean much about what, who, if any of these attendees might be a possible infiltrator. But you did notice that while most of the Tressum had departed when Crowan did, 2 of them had actually remained in the room. And as you wrapped up your discussions with the others, you noticed that the 2 Tressum actually started moving towards the door together, almost like they were in unison. And of course, that immediately made you guys suspicious. So you moved to block their escape, but you got taken completely by surprise when one of them lashed out and knocked Groot halfway across the room.
Kick Groot's ass.
Yeah. Or what did you? Oh yeah, Don said, Toons has kicked your ass.
Toons has kicked Groot's ass.
So yeah, that obviously wasn't expected. So moving quickly, you guys used a command and hypnotic pattern spells and managed to incapacitate the 2 Tressum. You sent one of the guards out to go get Crowan, and while the rest of you guys figured out, okay, what are we going to do with these Tressum? So you came up with a plan. Okay, we'll take out this bedroll and stick the 2 Tressum in there as gently as we can, so as not to wake them.
What could go wrong? I like this plan.
Yeah, well, it actually was pretty impressive. I mean, you had you guys roll dex checks and everything while you got these Tressum. You managed to get them in the bag, both of them, without waking them up. You tied off that. And then you basically waited for Crowan to get back. The spell, though, only lasted for a minute. And once the minute wore off, yeah, then the bedroll started kicking and thrashing, and then it started expanding, and right up until the point where it actually exploded everywhere. And instead of 2 Tressum, you saw standing facing you 2 cloud giants.
Yay!
And that's where I said, fuck.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Literally so. That is exactly where we ended. So let me move you guys over to the map where we left off last time in the tower dining room.
I remember an old campaign, first campaigns that I was running with when I was in the military, and we were running for the Giants or something. It was one of the first Giant, modules. And I remember we're fighting giants, and my friend goes, because we kept fighting cloud giants, and cloud giants in the old school were either good or evil 50% of the time, right? And he walked up and said, "Are you a good cloud giant or a bad cloud giant?"
Which giant are you?
Splat! Dead!
That answer your question?
Yeah, I guess he's bad.
Did that answer it?
Yeah.
So the way I'm going to work now, Sorrendiel, you actually had not been attending the dinner party because you were incapacitated, or you were just basically feeling like shit, sick, blah, blah, blah. But you started to feel better, and you were actually on your way out the door of your chambers where you'd basically all been granted chambers that you could spend the night in. You were in the process of leaving when you saw a guard walk by, not running, not booking, but, like he had an urgent errand, and you kind of said, "Hey, what's up?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, your friends are having some issues with the Tressum in the dining room. You maybe want to go join them." He didn't stop because he said he had to go fetch the Archmage Crowan, but he pointed in the direction. He gave you directions to the dining room. So at present, at walking speed, you would reach there in 4 rounds probably. If you were to run,
can I hoof it?
yeah. Well, right now you don't hear any commotion, but that might change next round.
All right.
I'm basically assuming that you will have started walking, and at the start of combat, you will be 4 rounds away, and you'll be close enough to hear any commotion, at which point you could start running, in which case you would be 2 rounds. So it totally depends on how fast you want to move. But if you can select your token and roll initiative so I can put you in the.
Let's see.
Kind of figure out what
How do I?
point you'll be arriving.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah, you're upper left. Sorry, you weren't on the map yet. I mean, you were there, but not in the room. So
Okay.
let's see. So you're 18. Okay. Oh, you would actually be first once you get there. That's actually working well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this countdown for 4. If on your turn, I'm going to move
All
past
right.
you.
Well, as soon as I hear a commotion, I'll run. But
Right at the present, I'm
I
just
guess
going
I
to
would
assume
just
that
walk
basically
there the first round.
I'll just move past you for this round, and we're going to start at
Yep.
Groot. I have got everyone else here. Crowan, you don't know how long he's going to take, so I'm just going to increment his.
Holy.
At some point he will arrive, but it may be after the battle's done, depending on how long it takes. Everyone else, though, I think I've added, so yeah, this is a lot of freaking people here, so a lot of combatants. I think we're otherwise ready, though. So Groot, if you want to start us off, you're still in snake constrictor form, so you've got 2 cloud giants in front of you looking really pissed off.
Well, I will say in parcel ton, fuck! And then I will bite the cloud giant in front of me. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to try that.
Could we try the Zephyros trump card?
I'm going to miss. And then I will attempt to whack him with my tail. And that's a maybe, is my guess.
Yeah,
15 hit?
I actually lost. Hang on, I lost my stat sheet. Here we go. Actually, 15 is what you need. These cloud giants, well, you've not really bumped into cloud giants before, but one thing interesting about them, they seem to be wearing these weird masks that are kind of like yin and yang. It's like half of it's black and half of it's white. One side of it has kind of a smirk or a triumphant sneer, and the other half looks more like a scowl or angry half. They're not wearing any armor, though. It looks like their AC is totally natural armor. And so an AC 15 would hit.
Okay, 11 points of damage.
I'm sorry, which of the 2?
The one that's right in front of me,
Gotcha.
so that one. I would make the call as I don't think I have the ability to wrap a giant cloud giant in grapple. That's my opinion. But if you let me, I'd say sure.
Well, it's huge. It's huge.
It's bigger than me. If it was the same size, but it's bigger than me.
Yeah, let's see.
See what-
You're a
could be a
giant
bracelet.
constrictor snake, right?
Yep.
Target is going to... It doesn't... I mean, it
Doesn't
doesn't...
say anything about size.
No, it's
right?
not like... I mean,
Weird.
grappling, like, you have restrictions on size, but the constrictability doesn't say... I'm going to say... Let me just see what the grappling is for a second here. I would kind of treat it the same as the grappling rules, which is, at least simpler than it was in 3rd edition, but... Now, come on, Roll20. You can do it. You can do it.
I guess maybe I grappled his legs and I got my
Target of your grapple
He's
must be no more than 1 size larger than you. Okay, so yeah, since these are huge, we'll rule that constricting won't work.
will not work.
Will not work because they're huge. They're 2 sizes bigger than you are. But the bite definitely got.
I am huge.
Oh, you're huge?
I am labeled. I am huge.
Then huge. You would.
It
You
says
would be
huge.
able to. Yes.
Huge.
Yes, I would say you would be able to as a giant constrictor snake.
I'm surprised that they're so big. That's what 15 foot square. That's big.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done. Got nothing else I can do
Okay.
besides
Then
be splatted.
next we would go to one of the guards. Which dude is this? Okay, this guard is in the southeast corner. Yeah, he's got basically a spear and a load of crap in his armor, and that's about it. So nevertheless, he's going to discharge his formal duties as a guard of the Moongleam Tower, and he's going to dash over to try and engage one of these giants. And that's all he can do. This guard over here, yeah, he'll step up to the plate and go ahead and take a swing. There's going to be a lot of me flipping back and forth because Roll20 doesn't like me giving me room for anything, of course. He'll use a two-handed spear. Okay, it's whispering it. Oh, well. But he did hit. Wow. Okay, 19. So he did 6 piercing damage. The cloud
They're
giant.
scared now.
Yeah. And that guard's actually the one that's running off to Crowan. Crowan gets added by 1. This guard, he's in the other corner. Yeah, he's going to dash up here and try and get himself in between the giant and his Moon Lord. Up to Valdry then.
Let's see what to do. I guess I'm going to move up and take a whack at this thing with Warhammer. Hopefully. Hey,
17
that
hits.
hit. And so then 5 bludgeoning. Then as a bonus action, I am going to cast Hammer McHammerson.
Spiritual weapon.
Sweet.
I think I had a token for that somewhere. I didn't have it saved. I'll just grab one here. Somewhere. Thought I had a token. Why is it giving
Well,
me...
Hammer McHammerson does an additional 5 force, so 10 total. Pink, pink.
I don't know why. You didn't have a token for that, did you?
I do not.
At some point I should get you one. I'm just trying to think where I thought I'd had one. Of course, it's not coming up now. Let me just pull up a mace. Here, that's kind of what we always use.
Yep.
It's not that
That's
big,
fine.
obviously.
It's huge.
Okay, and you can barely see it. Oh, actually, we're
Yep.
even have it up here.
I'm gonna have it next to the.
It's about the only spot for it.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I guess you could have it on the back. Actually, it probably would make more sense to have it float over here. It's just hard to see. Can you see it?
No, because then it looks like it goes in the layer behind the giant.
You can put a glow on it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
now
trying to
it's
put a glow
kinda
on
by
it so
the
you can actually
table.
see it. Yeah.
No, we
that's
skipped Sam. Samuel should have gone before me.
2.5 feet glow.
2.5. I just kind of trying to make it controllable by you too. There. Okay.
That's weird.
So that
you
can
have
be
a
your
4?
that can be your hammer.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, the glow is not visible.
I can see it.
Yeah, I
I
don't know if
can't.
anyone
I can't.
else can.
Hmm.
There.
Well, I
You
can.
have a-
There it is.
And it
Yep.
looks like it's behind. There we go. Anyway, should be visible now. So I took the 5 off for that. Samrel's up.
Do you have a 4 for initiative, Valdry?
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
think the list
How did
didn't
that?
get sorted.
Yeah.
I
how did
shouldn't have
that
gone.
get
You should have
sorted
gone
so
first.
weird?
Sorry. Next time.
Yeah.
I'll move you after and skip you right after.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to cast slow. On
What spell are you
the
going to
2.
cast? Oh.
Ah, ah.
Oh.
I'm going to
Can't read very fast. Wisdom save, is it? Oh no, it's a
Yeah.
dex save.
or
No,
dex
it
save.
affects dex.
No?
No, it's a wisdom save. It affects dex saves.
Yeah. It's-
Wisdom, he's got not a wisdom save, so that's just a plus. Eh,
It's on both of them.
Slow. Let's see. So who can you pick and choose who this affects?
Yeah, it's up to 6 creatures within a 40-foot cube. So I'm just choosing those
6
two.
creatures of your choice. Okay, so just the 2. All right. So the guy that you've all been wailing on, he failed his save. The other one made his save.
Okay.
So his speed, let me just see. Speed is
He gets
has
a bunch of shit.
Yeah, this is a complicated ass spell.
Yeah, I know.
Let me find the little
Sorry about
snail
that.
icon. There is a little snail icon here. I could just never find it.
Mhm.
There he is. You can't even see it.
It's underneath Samro.
Yeah, exactly. Samuel's blocking it. There.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
His icon is so big that it like is offset by like half. Anyway, okay, so he's basically the thing I got to keep in mind is -2 AC and Dex saves. He can't use reactions and his speed is halved. Okay, that was Samuel then. Fluin,
Wait. Also, I moved away.
okay, because he can't take a reaction against you.
He can't take reactions. So.
Okay. Okay, then Fluin goes. He casts a spell, and this kind of shimmering force field kind of half appears over him. Mirror, you're up. You're not here, Mirror. He's dumbstruck by this.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm going to say that he's basically in total defense mode until he gets here. Valdry, we're skipping you because I moved you around.
Yeah, so the only thing I was going to do in my turn is I was going to move back by Daviana here.
Okay, that was before he would have cast Sleep, so it would have got an opportunity attack on you.
Oh, okay, then never mind. That's right. Yep, I'll wait till next turn
Okay.
to disengage. Whatever. Yep.
Okay, so now the Cloud Giant
Okey-doke.
gets to go. He shouts. Any of you guys speak Giant? I actually know that Mirror does, but Mirror's incommunicado at the moment.
I speak giant.
Do you? Okay.
I
You
speak jive.
you hear everyone who doesn't speak Giant. You just hear him shout in some strange language. But Groot, you can tell that he says,
Oh, I do.
"Get out of here!" And he starts casting a spell, and everyone.
Could we tell who he's? Did he say that to his friend?
Yeah, it looks like he kind of had turned his head towards the other Cloud Giant and shouted that.
Okay.
He casts a spell, and within a 30-foot sphere.
Can I try to counterspell that before? we
Sure, if
determine
you want
it
me to look up
happens?
how counterspell works, because I can never remember that.
I posted it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Bam.
Counterspell.
I love how you don't have to always make a roll with this version.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and it's 3rd level or lower. Okay, yes, that would be the spell he was casting was 3rd level or lower, so you basically cancel it.
Okay.
Sweet.
And he
He's
looks
gonna hate me.
Yeah, he looks very pissed off at you. And yeah, he'll just yeah, that's all he can do. Okay, the other apprentice mage casts the same spell that Fluel did, and he also gets a shimmering mage armor. The other Cloud Giant gets to go. He casts a spell. And yeah, you don't see any immediate effect from his casting of the spell. Daviana gets to go. She shouts to all the guards and all the people in the room, to me! And she moves up to fill the spot where you were, Samuel. She pulls out a huge greatsword and takes actually a couple big
Holy crap.
She better kick ass.
Yeah.
Takes a couple of.
You're so awesome.
So who is she?
She is the Moon Lord. She is the head of the Harpers.
Oh,
She takes
so a nobody.
I'm hoping it's a level 20 something.
Yeah, right?
2 swings with a greatsword. Why is it whispering? That's annoying. Okay, well, anyway, she got a 22, so she hit it for 9 slashing damage. And the second attack, she dropped her greatsword. Natural one. Oh.
Fucking A.
But she still had enough movement left. She was able to pick it up. So she's not defenseless. Well, it's not her turn. Okay, Serendial, countdown. You're walking down the hall and you hear the sounds of fighting from down the hall.
Oh my god.
So-
All right, I start running and I start as a bonus action. So I'll double move, I guess, and as a bonus action, start my blade song. Or
Yep, that'll work. So I will take
Okay.
1 additional off of this. Okay, so we're back to the top. Well, actually, Serendial was the top, so we're back to Groot.
All right, I will bite the same one. Guessing that's a miss.
Just missed it. Dodged out of the way.
Oh, what a
Ooh.
crit! Yay!
Ooh, crit hit, so-
Yay.
Wait, didn't that one have a -2 on AC?
Yes, actually, he did. So that first one
So
would have
both
hit.
of them should hit.
So 27 on the first one and 10 on the second one. So 37 total.
Nice.
And he's still grappled.
Okay, so he is now grappled, so his effective movement is 0.
He was grappled last time, but it doesn't matter. He's grappled,
Oh yeah, that's right. So he's
don't know
still
if-
grappled.
but 37 more.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I totally forgot that he was grappled. I can't see his
I don't even
token.
know what the
It
effects
doesn't-
of that are.
It doesn't affect spells or anything.
You
well,
just can't
he
move
may have
and-
done something different, but I'm just going to.
although while he's grappled, you should have advantage on attacks on him.
Yeah, that would have affected what he did. I totally forgot that. Grappled. Where is it? I'll just use a web thingy. So he's slowed and grappled. God, he's not having a good day. Okay, so the guard, one of the guards, he's facing off against this other cloud giant. He is going to.
There's no bonus or advantage on attacking a grappled creature.
There isn't?
Nope.
I thought
Only-
that was always the
his
case.
His speed is 0, and that's it.
Hmm.
No I'm looking at the grappled condition,
Yeah.
and it
That's
doesn't
weird.
say-
I guess
doesn't
it's
say.
just his body, but his arms are free, huh?
That didn't work. Whatever.
Yeah, we can read it. It basically, yeah, he can't move. Okay, the
Yep.
guard, he's going to do another spear attack on the giant. Nope, no good that time. He rolled 5. The other guard, he's attacking the one that you have grappled.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to do the same thing. He will hit for 6 more piercing damage with a spear. And this guard is going off to fetch the Archmage. Crowan gets a little closer. Okay, then we've got the guard at the north of the giant. Same deal with him. He will hit for 8 points of damage. You guys are actually scoring quite a few hits on this guy. And we're back to Samral.
Have the giants actually attacked?
Well,
Not yet.
I counterspelled one, and the other one did something, but we didn't see. We couldn't tell what. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this spell. Going to gently whisper at the one closest to me.
Okay,
Not careful, gently.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll this.
Discordant melody.
10 will not do. So he, I'm sorry, which of the dudes you're doing?
The one closest to me.
Okay. So he fails his save.
So he takes 10 points of
Psychic.
psychic damage.
Okay.
And if available, it has to move as far as its speed allows, but it's grappled, so it can't move, correct?
Correct. Yep, it is
'Kay.
currently restrained, so it wants to get away from you but can't.
Perfect.
Oh,
Sorry.
Then
Y'all would have gotten a
That's
lot of
alright.
opportunity attacks, though. That would have been pretty awesome. Should have done the other one.
okay. Oh, Dave's here.
I am.
Hey, Dave.
Just to catch
Dave's not here, man.
just to catch up quickly, you guys have enjoyed combat with the giants.
Right.
Serendil's on the way. And you've been sitting there kind of dumbstruck at like, holy shit, that's a fucking giant. The mage apprentices have been
Dude.
casting some spells. One of them is right up next to the giant and doesn't want to get batted across the universe, so he's kind of circling around. He casts another spell, and Mirror, you turn invisible.
Nice.
You actually have greater invisibility on you.
Oh, sweet.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And it is your
Yeah,
turn.
'cause- All right. Well, seeing that's the case, I can like move back here and not get a attack of opportunity, correct?
Yep, you cannot. Well, yeah, you have to see a target to have an opportunity attack on them. So he would
Yeah,
not, and,
right.
unless he can see you, which you don't know
Right.
for sure you can't. But you're invisible, so
So I know this one just took damage. Has this one taken damage yet?
I don't believe so. Nope.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack that one with my bow.
Okay.
Feel
Actually, I'm gonna put you.
and it has taken damage already, so I can use my
Ooh, big
Nice.
boy.
Hello.
Crit.
Welcome back.
That's fine.
Nice.
First attack of 2. Ah, one.
Your bowstring breaks.
No,
No, that's
not a
damage.
critical miss. That's his
Yeah,
damage.
Oh
I had a
shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah,
27.
your bowstring does not break.
right.
I'm sorry. I saw the one
It
there.
just
I thought that was
cries
a second
a
attack.
So yeah, so 8. That's 19. So 25 there.
Holy
right?
shit balls.
Yeah.
That's my first attack, and then my second.
Great. Ah.
Nope.
Oh,
Even with
not
the
so-
reduced dexterity, that does not do it.
Okay. That's okay. Can't win them all. And I'm happy where I am,
Okay.
movement wise.
I would think so after that shot. Valdry is up.
So I am going to target the far giant with guiding bolt. I can do guiding bolt, and since spiritual weapon's already cast, then I can still attack
Yes.
with that, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see if I can hit the far giant. Hopefully.
Yes.
Hey, that's got a hit.
Yes, it does.
So he takes 13 radiant, and whoever attacks him next has advantage because he has mystical energy glowing on him.
Nice.
Fancy.
And then so spiritual weapon on the near one.
Oh, Jesus, you
another
guys are
hit.
beating the crap out of these guys.
And a 7 force on him.
That's 20 more damage. Jeez.
Man, oh man. Valdry's bringing home the pain.
Bring the pain.
Okay. All right, so the guy that's wrapped up in your coils, there are so many people
So
around.
both giants, so both giants have been hit now. So
Yep.
keep that in mind.
Yep.
Yep.
But also the top one has been slowed, so he has reduced AC.
Yes.
You weren't here for that. But
and reduce-
Yes.
I cast slow
Right.
on him.
he,
Escape DC is 16.
yeah, he's not going to waste time trying to escape. There's so many people around him.
Is that a dex too? Because he would have disadvantage. so
Usually
that's
you can
probably
use strength
not-
or dex, depending.
Or athletics,
Oh.
yeah.
But he's not going to waste his time with that nonsense. He would rather bring home some pain. So he can still do attacks while grappled. So he is going to take 2 attacks. He'd really love to kill you, Samril, but you're out of his reach. After that, he really doesn't like the snake that's got his coils around him. So he's going to wail on the giant constrictor with his Morning Star. All right, now we get to roll some fun dice. Plus 12
Oh,
to hit.
shit.
He can't miss unless he
30.
He can't miss unless he rolls a
30,
1.
I think that misses, right?
Yeah.
Total.
Can't miss unless
Swing
he
and a
rolls
bit.
a 1.
Okay, actually, dice I'm just going to do in the chat here. Wait a minute. No, he does not have advantage.
Is that right? 88d6? Oh.
So your first hit is 24 points of damage.
Okay.
Second swing. Well, you still got a
Did he
17.
roll a 1? Did he roll a 1?
No, he rolled a
He
single
can't
digit.
miss. He has to roll a 1 to miss me.
Okay, well then he hits you with his
What-
second attack. And second hit does 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okie dokie. I'm not scared at all.
Nope, 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 nope.
Okay, the other arch
Are you still a snake? Is the critical question.
I am.
at the moment, yes. The other apprentice, he's going to carefully make his way around the table and see if he can assist with some spell casting. Let's see, he can get about there, and then... Yeah, he's going to move over to... He's going to dash to get behind Valdry. And, okay, the other cloud giant gets to go. He makes a beeline for one of the windows, which would draw opportunity attacks from anyone who's got a weapon threatening him, including actually Relix.
Nice.
Relix is a weapon.
Groot, what's your reach when you're a snake? Because you're not quite 5. You're more than 5 feet away, but if you have a 10-foot reach,
My bite's 10 feet.
yeah, you could get an opportunity attack with your bite. Your constrict is still on the. You have the other guy wrapped up, so you can't do that.
Can I
Yeah,
cast?
but that's a
Sacred
plus
Flame on
6,
him?
so I don't want to lose that. So that's a hit with the bite, though. And they both hit. So bite,
Okay.
9 piercing.
Okay, so you bite him as he starts to run. Fluin he was casting a spell, so he's not threatening. The guard is going to take a stabby stab with his spear.
How can they fit through that window?
Probably turn into a cloud or some shit.
Oh.
Yes, he did hit for 9 points damage. And Relix, are you going to attack?
Yeah, I never looked up the attacks because. But yeah, I'll just roll and we can figure it out.
Didn't I have a sheet for Relix?
Let me look.
Give me a second here. I will quickly pull it up.
15.
Well, either way, that would hit. Give me a second here.
Yeah. I don't see it in the. On the list.
Yeah, Tressum isn't in roll 20.
No, it's there. I thought I had. Oh yes, it is.
Relix,
He's
there
there.
it is.
If you look down under named NPCs in the
Oh, okay.
here, hang on, I'll move him up next to you in the player section.
Yeah.
So you can use that if you select his token, and I'll count your attack as hitting. But if you want to actually roll an attack and then do damage,
Yeah, I still don't see. Ah, there it is. Got it. Took a while to come up. Claws.
Declaw.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't the damage, but it's
no, you can just click on the attack and then it'd be like a normal attack.
I hope he hits like Major Tomcat from Wasteland 3. That guy hits like a truck.
So if you click on the title clause, you can see it highlights when your mouth's over. If you actually click on it, it does the attack. Or if you have its
yeah, I did it in chat, but it's not letting me do oh, 1 slashing. Okay.
Oh.
It's in chat.
yeah,
right?
it's not
It
showing up.
must be whispered.
We're not seeing it.
No,
It says 1. Oh,
One
well,
damage.
it took forever for the character sheet to show up on mine, so maybe there's a lag. 1 damage.
okay. Yeah, actually, you don't need to roll for that.
Did not hit like
But-
did not hit like a truck.
Did not, but he did do some damage. In any case, he moves actually only a short distance. Actually, he wouldn't have left the guard's threatened area now that I think about it. And he disappears.
What?
Everyone,
Say what?
actually, everyone make perception checks.
Well, I'm not there yet, right? So
Well, yeah, except for Serenia.
This should be good.
Damn.
I don't notice shit.
Do I have advantage?
At the moment, actually, you wouldn't even get a roll at this point from where you're standing. Groot, though, your roll was good enough. You actually notice that he appears in midair outside the window, like about 30 feet away from where he was standing previously.
Wow.
And there was
Ooh, 30
actually
feet.
kind of a poof as he disappeared, like he turned into
I
mist.
know what that is. Too bad I can't tell anybody.
But yes, he appeared
He just
outside
hit-
the window. Actually, I'll. The guard is completely oblivious. He rolled a 1. He can't even find his own ass. Nobody else happened to see it. So he, as far as any of you guys have Misty Step on your spell list at all?
The snake does. And
Does it, Tim? Tim, don't
Tim
you?
does.
Tim?
he,
Like,
he's
you're
not
not
there
there.
yet.
It's a natural ability, but
Like
I can't. I'm not
known
there.
spell
I
or
wouldn't.
able to learn the spell.
If it's on your spell, I just want to. If it's on your spell list, you can maybe make an Arcana check to see if you could see that's what he did.
I'd probably figure it out, but I'm not there.
No.
Sorry.
Right.
Oh well. Okay. So anyway,
Well, I don't have it learned, but I might be able to learn it if I wanted to. So that's why
that
I'm
was
asking
his.
which one you meant.
That was his turn. Daviana, she says, "No, well, there's only one left."
Perfect. You made the other one disappear.
Yeah, you killed him. Oh God, Roll20 is really slow today. She will, as soon as I'm on the right token layer, do another
Kick ass.
pair of greatsword attacks. Even with the dex down, that first one is a miss. But the second one hits for 9 more slashing damage.
I'm disappointed in Daviana.
Yeah, well, she's an NPC.
But she looks super cool. She should have super awesome
Yeah.
attacks.
Super awesome.
Super awesome.
Oh,
Super
and she actually, no, as a bonus action, she uses an ability called Leadership, which is actually, it works like a spell, and I would tell you what it is if Roll20 would ever work. Basically, anyone within 30 feet of her, which I think is almost everybody, except for Mirror. Mirror is the only one that wasn't close. Everyone within 30 feet, for 1 minute, she utters a special command or warning. Whenever,
Hey, look at that.
basically, anyone that can see her within 30 feet, whenever it's not like whenever you make a roll, but basically it's like bless. You can add a D4 to your roll.
Nice.
So she's shouts for the tower. So basically everyone except for Mirror, when you want to make an attack or a saving throw, you can if you want to add that a single D4. It's a single usage. Once it's done, it's done.
Okay.
But that was our bonus action.
29.3, but I think this thing right here is probably in my way.
Yeah, screw it. You're close enough. I'll say you get the benefit too.
All right.
Okay, Serendil, you're 1 round away.
Running.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead and make a perception check.
Nice.
Okay.
You see a giant hover.
Actually, yeah. I mean, the
20.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
You're actually crossing kind of between towers at the moment, and you happen to look out the
Okay.
window, and you see a cloud giant flying through the air, moving away from the
Is he
tower.
within. Let's see something here.
And you think to yourself,
Is
is
he
that
within
supposed to
100
be
feet?
there?
Is he within 100 feet of me?
Let's see.
That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, exactly. Let me think here. You.
What's peculiar?
I must kill it.
Make a D20 roll. If it's 15, excuse me, if it's 10 or higher, it would be within 100 feet. Hey! Yes, it's within 100 feet.
Yeah.
So it is within 100
Yep.
feet?
Yes.
Sweet.
I mean, I heard my buddies were in trouble. I know. My instinct would be to zap it, but
Yeah, there's a glass window that's between it and you, but you otherwise
oh,
see it just fine.
okay. My instinct would be to zap it, so I'm gonna zap it.
Okay.
All right, so here we go.
Okay, with a lightning
I
bolt.
hit it with a lightning bolt.
You just blew up a window.
Nice.
And I-
You're
And
gonna
a
have
bolt.
to pay for that.
Yeah. Dex.
No, you will have to pay for that.
He
We
got
will have to pay for that.
14, which was not quite enough to dodge your lightning bolt. So he will take cold damage. 27 points of electricity. Or lightning damage, I should say.
And
Mhm.
knock him on his keister.
Nope, he's still flying, but now he looks at you and it's like, hey, what the hell? And he kind of veers away from the window.
Okay.
Surprised cloud giants aren't immune to lightning.
Storm giants.
Storm giant
They'd
would be
used to
more
lightning.
likely.
Storm giant.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yes, I would be very surprised if a storm
Cloud
giant.
giants are immune to clouds.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
I will hit you with a puffy cloud.
And Charmin.
I think we're all immune to clouds, actually.
So, okay, that was Serendil. Yeah, you I'm assuming you're going to continue towards the chamber, or do you want to try and
Well, do I look like I have a chance of even?
if you had some means to fly after him and could match his speed? Wait, it looks like he's moving about the speed like a fly spell would give you.
It just doesn't. I can't fly, so if I can't chase him, I'm just gonna keep going, see how my friends are.
Okay. Then you continue down the hall towards the stairs. Groot, you are up. Actually, you guys do hear a lightning, or actually a blast of thunder from outside, even though the sky is clear
Nice.
outside.
So I got 19 total, and he is still grappled.
Okay, so
Oh, and as a bonus action, I am going to heal myself for
Nice.
19.
Nice.
number 19.
I'm expending a 3rd level spell.
All right, so he is still grappled. The guards, let's see, we've got this guy, he lost his target, so he's going to move on up to this one. And let's see how they do. Come on, guard. Not guardian. Let's see, he's still -2 because he's slow, so yes, that would hit. So 4 piercing from a spear. Guard to the northwest. Same deal, but he only did 2. Okay. Yeah, better than nothing, I guess. And the guard is still running to get Crowan. The guard, it's kind of nice how they're all grouped together anyway. The guard to the north, non-natural 20 hits
Nice.
for 9 more piercing. This guy has a shit ton of hit points though. Samuel.
Yeah.
Alright, well. I'm gonna. Is he grappled still?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Hmm. Ay. I'm gonna shoot at him with my crossbow then.
Remember that +4.
D4.
Yeah, don't need it.
Yeah, what
Exactly,
plus
right?
4? 10 points, I assume.
Yes,
Yep.
definitely hits.
That better hit.
Yeah. So, crossbow bolt for 10. All right.
Flew and Aardvark.
Aardvark. Hang on, I gotta look up here what his spell is. He's gonna do a magic missile on the giant.
Pew 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 pew.
He does 14 points of damage from a series of magic missile bolts. And it's Mirror's turn.
All right. So I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this guy.
Okay.
Oops, I gotta get my selection. Yep. So I don't get any attacks then, correct?
Believe Hunter's
This
Mark.
round?
Is it as a bonus action or
I
an
think that's a
action?
bonus. I thought
Oh,
that was
that's
a
a-
bonus action.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, bonus action. So yeah, that gives me a 1 extra d6 damage. So I'm gonna whack at him with my arrow again. Bow. Probably not. 13.
13's he's still slow, so yes, that did hit.
Ah, sweet. So let me roll my d6 also. Yeah. So 16. And then no, that one missed.
9 would indeed miss. Okay, get these guys set up here. Valdry, you're up.
All right. Gonna hit him with Sacred Flame again. So he's got to make a DC 14 dex save.
All right, he's -2 to his dex at the moment because he's slow.
Slowed.
Oh,
Oh my god, he got a 2.
All right. So then he takes 10 radiant, and Hammer McHammerson is going to wail on him too. Oh, that's not going to.
No, 9
That's
and 9.
probably not gonna. And I'm not gonna waste the D4 yet because chances are I probably have to roll at least a 4 to hit.
You 13. Yep.
yeah,
so
I
I'll
I
save
could
it.
have used my 4 and got a 13. Damn it.
Then the Glow Giant. Okay, yeah, he does not like this constricty, snaky bullshit anymore.
Sneaky.
So he is going to poof, but he can't get close enough to a window to get. Well, can he? Not quite. Nope. So, but he is going to Misty Step. Where's he going to go? I think he's just
30 feet away.
Yeah, I just am figuring out where. He's gonna pop over here, right next to Samroll.
Oh,
What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do to me, little?
Between the hypnotic pattern and the slow, I'm sure I've pissed him off enough today.
So that was his action. He can't cast another action. He's no longer grappled, at least. But he is still slow, and he still has your mark on him. So that was his action. The apprentice, Nespril, turns around and goes, "Oh, holy shit!" And he's going to do some magic missiles as well. I think he's also got a higher level slot. Yep. So 18 more points of damage from that. He is starting to look hurt. The giant, that is, not Nespril. And
Starting to look. That's not good.
starting, yeah.
the other giant pretty much flies away.
Coward.
Way to
Daviana,
go, Sarandiel. You scared him away.
Daviana is going to turn about and move up to attack again with her greatsword.
God.
Whoa, 21 to hit. So 9 more
Yes.
from that. And another 21 and another 10. Ooh, he is really looking hurt now. He's starting to look a little bit worried.
We need this giant head.
And Sarendiel arrives up the stairs.
Yay! Which
Hey,
way
guys.
is?
Damn time.
What's going on?
I'll just-
Oh, okay.
yeah, sorry.
All right, I run up here, and then I Misty Step because I can do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
No, I can't do it.
Thought Misty Step was a bonus action.
Yeah,
I need to look it up. For me, it is a bonus action, but
yeah, 'cause it's an innate ability.
but it's an innate ability. All right, I'm gonna Misty Step over here. I'm gonna hit him with Scorched Ray, so I get 3 of them,
Nice.
and I'm gonna take my inspiration on the first one.
Okay.
Hit.
So the second one just not. Well, no, he's still slow, but that's still not quite enough to hit. But the first and the
Yeah.
third one hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really, 3?
Wow.
Wait,
You
that-
suck.
Oh my God, really?
It was 2d6. You did terrible.
You suck.
Here's
What happened?
Oh,
Thanks
that
for
just
showing
sucks.
up. gas attack.
Oh, but yeah, well, you did hit him twice, and he's
You know what?
scorched.
Screw it. I'm gonna do it at third level, so I'll do another one.
Okay.
Damn
Uh,
God. Never mind.
did you use your
Jesus.
inspiration? I shouldn't be saying
Thanks for
anything.
joining
I already
us.
used
Well,
it.
just
I
did.
already
Won't
used
be mutters fucking elves.
Hey now.
Okay, yeah, he's like, oh, what the hell? Groot, you're up.
Let's
All
get
right,
tired
I'll
from the steps.
Over there. I will bite.
There's a
That hits.
Hit. 11 piercing. I will
Nice.
constrict again. I will roll my d4.
do it. Get a 1.
Okay,
Hit.
yeah, that's enough.
And I will do 15 more bludgeoning. So that's 26 total. And he is constrained again. And.
And
Go
he
ahead and-
collapses in your coils.
Oh. Nice.
You
Yay,
took
we
down
win.
a cloud giant. It's
Well,
it's hard to
we
actually
had help.
distinguish what sex it or he or she was. It's kind of androgynous.
Oh, I'll be able to tell.
And we don't want to know why or how. Yeah, he falls to the ground and
Cut off
he
his head.
Yes, we need that head.
Look around and I shout, "Where's Crowan? He's got a lot of splaining to do."
Mm-hmm.
about let's see. How long has this been here? Where's my counter?
You got
Oh,
him at 3.
Yeah, so about 21 seconds later. No, wait, that's not right.
18.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
6
about 42 seconds later. Excuse me.
Wow,
Crowan.
he was that many rounds away.
Yeah, he's about
Jeez.
10 rounds
Wow.
away. I mean, a round is 6 seconds. So
Yep.
anyway, he arrives and sees you guys like standing over the body of this hill giant, and there's amazingly
Cloud giant.
nobody died except the giant.
What happened?
But he's like, "What's been going on? What happened?"
That's what we would like to ask you with your cloud giant associates.
My cloud
Your
giant
Tressums.
associates. He kind of looks sternly
They were
at you.
Tressum, and then all of a sudden they turned into 2 cloud giants. They weren't with you?
No.
Well, then perhaps these are your culprits who have been stealing things out of the vaults.
And with that, yeah, Daviana says, "Excuse me? Who has been stealing out of our vaults?"
Way to go.
At this point, I don't care. She knows.
Crowan says, if this creature was disguised as a Tressum, then that answers a great many questions." He turns to Daviana and says, "Yes, we've had some things go missing, and I actually had been hoping that these people would assist me in locating and tracking down who did it, and apparently they have succeeded, which is important. Now that this one's been captured, hopefully whatever he was trying to get away with will be able to be placed under a much stronger guard."
Isn't he dead? Or
Yeah.
is he just unconscious?
No, he's down. The cloud giant
Okay.
is down.
Okay.
Let's revivify him so we can ask him questions.
Well, Daviana then also speaks up and says, "Well, yes, this one is dead. The other one got away."
Got away, yeah.
Which sucks. Whatever information
Wow.
they knew is now somewhere else. Right?
Yeah.
Does anybody
Yeah.
have Speak with Dead?
Why? Why? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Do I not? Where's it?
What are you
Go
doing?
ahead. Have
Back
that?
into Groot.
Why, yes. Yes, I do.
Memorized?
Not memorized.
Oh.
Go lay down.
Go,
I can do that.
go lay down. No.
Clear the table.
I can do that. How long does it take to memorize? Let's see.
What's your rest? It's your long rest. So
Oh,
you have to
eight-
take a long rest.
Oh, 8 hours. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean,
How
it's,
long
well,
does
it's the end of your
how
day
long can you
anyway.
keep
But
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, definitely this cloud giant body is not going anywhere. It for one thing, it's too big to even fit through the stairway.
Yeah.
Much less.
So we
get-
do chop off its head so we can.
Yeah.
So we,
Well, actually,
No,
you know,
no. If we
they-
chop off its head, we can't talk to it.
got its head. It can talk through its mouth.
Yeah, just talk to the head.
Anyway, whatever. We won't discredit it. Fine.
Well, at least at first, they definitely want to do a thorough investigation. The first thing is to search the body and make sure that it doesn't have anything. And indeed, they do find a few minor trinkets that were missing from the vault.
Okay,
had
so
been-
that does prove that they were the ones stealing the stuff from the vault. We did.
and that prompts
But what could? Yeah.
that prompts Crowan to start a full inventory to make sure that nothing else was missing, because they didn't know. I mean, they didn't have a chance to do a full inventory, but now that they know and have confirmed that yes, these things actually did go missing and weren't just lost, he's definitely going to do a vault. There are multiple vaults as well, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But he's going to say basically all the apprentices are going to be doing that tonight instead of sleeping, including him. He's not absolving himself of any responsibility, and now that this has obviously come to a head, he definitely takes full responsibility to him and apologizes to you guys for putting you into harm's way like that. He had no idea that these giants had done what they had done. He had no idea that cloud giants were even interested. But he says that he has some possible theories, and he's going to check something immediately when he starts inventorying the vaults, because it does explain a few things.
Alrighty then.
Cool.
But he's not getting off the hook. Daviana is super pissed off at him for basically not informing her immediately of the breach, and for kind of sending you guys out to do his dirty work for him. And he gets a formal reprimand, which has various issues associated. I mean, it's basically, it's not like he's fired, but he pretty much can't leave the tower for a long time.
It's on his permanent record.
Yes, it's exactly. Yes, he's got it. It's gone onto his record. And more painful to him, she is banishing all the Tressum from the tower permanently.
Ooh.
Except
Mm.
Relax.
Bummer.
Well, Rilix can stay as long as you guys are answerable for him. It's
Yeah.
not that she has.
Definitely.
She will definitely make sure that they find good homes. I mean, they're Harpers. They can find some people that either people that would adopt them or find some place where they could be taken. The problem is that a lot of them were rescues, so to speak. They were injured in the wild. They would
Yeah.
not survive in the wild on their own. So they will find
Relics just informed me that he's willing to sniff their butts to make sure they're authentic.
Yeah. Well, unless you have a means to talk to Rilix, you're not sure what he's thinking.
Sniff.
But yeah, since that was obviously an easy point of infiltration, that's
Yeah.
not
Yep.
something that she's going to allow to continue. She'll make sure that they're taken care of, but not
Yeah,
in the tower.
definitely.
And that is probably the greatest punishment of anything that she could have come up with for Crowan, because he really truly loves them and wants to care for them. And if he's consigned to the tower, he won't be able to even visit with them, at least until his punishment is over. But he apologizes nonetheless to you guys again for putting in harm's way, and thanks you for your willingness to at least partake in this and help investigate, and especially for taking out the giant. You guys were pretty instrumental in doing that. If it would have been just the guards, and well, it's hard to say. I mean, more wizards would have eventually arrived, but unfortunately, they probably would have not been able to contain the giant, and they would have both gotten away very easily, I think. In the meantime, though, they're going to lay the giant's body on the dining room table after they clear the plates off and everything. But that's basically going to become a kind of like a morgue table, so that they can do any examinations. There's tons of wizards that would be chomping at the bit to do all sorts of experiments and investigations on this thing.
Right.
But if you, Valdry, have the ability to speak with Dead, they will make sure that the body remains intact until you can prepare that spell and you can interrogate.
Yep. I can do that.
In the meantime,
How long does it have to be dead for you to use that spell? I can't remember.
It lasts
10 days.
Spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell. Wait. Blah blah blah. Well, here I'll put it into.
You can't cast it within 10 days of each other.
Yeah, right. Otherwise, there's as long as it's still in more or less intact, it should be no problem speaking with it.
Okay, so yeah, even if they're 1,000.
It'll be here when
old.
we wake up in the morning, and I've prepared the spell.
Okay, it doesn't matter if they died 1,000 years ago, as long as it's intact, kind of thing.
Yeah, it just needs a mouth to be able to speak with, and it can't be undead. It needs to be just an actual corpse. So it's not subject to the same restrictions that you see with like a raise dead spell or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know if it worked like that, where they could only be dead a certain amount of time or anything. Cool.
So that's that. Valdry, make an intelligence check.
Okay. Not my strongest suit. Yep, told you.
It's not showing up for me. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, you don't know shit.
I don't know shit.
Other than that, yes.
I'm wise, but I'm not bright.
Daviana says that you will definitely be rewarded for your participation in making sure that this did not become a much greater disaster than it was. So you guys are otherwise free to return back to your chambers and rest up for the night if you wish. Definitely the tower is on high alert at this point, so it's unlikely that you will be disturbed.
Okie dokie.
Unless there's something else that you wanted to ask Daviana or anyone else about before they retire for the evening. Before you retire.
I just say to her, think about the questions you want asked of this cloud giant, so that we do not waste any time and we get the answers to the questions you have.
What questions would you ask of it?
Why are you in the towers? What are you seeking here? Who are you working for? That sort of thing would be the line of questioning I would go with.
Why is your kind seeking artifacts throughout the realm?
Well, let's start with why were you here? What specifically were you after here at this tower?
Let's ask him that swallow question too from Monty Python.
Oh yeah. What is the airspeed velocity of an unmated swallow? What do you mean? African or European?
The body of the giant goes flung through the window.
How did you know?
Actually, if you look at those windows, it'd be strained through the window.
Right.
Other than that, yes, she'll allow you to take direction on that.
Okay.
She knows a little bit about Arcana, and she knows that Speak with Dead, you're basically constrained to 5 questions. So she anticipates that you guys will be probably have much more intimate need of the information than she will, but she just wants to ensure that if there's gonna, her main concern is that there's gonna be more. Like, are all of them caught?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody else that they need to worry about?
Yep.
That's her primary concern.
Okay. I'm gonna step away for a second and go get another beverage.
Sure. This looks like a good point to pause, so we'll pick up
Sure.
in the morning after you guys have finished your long rest. So, back in a
Super.
bit.
All right.
Super.
All right. If I mute my mic, it helps. Okay, so you guys spent the night resting up, digesting your meal, generally recuperating from your first major. Well, it wasn't your first major fight with the giants. You did fight the fire giants in Tribor, but this was your first one where they were actively fighting you as opposed to having some other objective. And you survived. In fact, none of you guys really were. I guess Groot, you were getting down there in terms of hit points, but you fared pretty
Yes,
well.
I was.
But you rest up. You are not disturbed during the night. There is a lot of activity around the tower. You can hear. It doesn't keep you from sleeping, but you can tell that that's like this. The nest has been stirred up with this incursion. So there's a lot of people. Most of the activity has actually been down in the vaults where they've been inventorying and going through everything. To see is what's missing. Are we missing anything? What has there been any other breaches and that sort of thing. But you guys are eventually notified that if once you're awake and you're provided with meals, like a fairly decent breakfast, nothing as opulent as you had at the dinner the night before, but it's definitely serviceable. But you guys
We
are
get the high octane.
yeah, exactly. Some espresso and baguettes and what have you. Pancakes,
Bacon.
yeah, giant thigh pancakes. Yes, you guys are asked to come back to, again, because they couldn't move this giant out of the room without dismembering it. You're basically asked back to the same hall where you had your dinner the night before. And there, the Moon Lord and Crowan will be waiting for you. And there you guys can perform your interrogation if you so desire.
Oh heck yeah!
So let me just clear some of these guys out. The guards will still be there. They'll be more spread out. And yeah, you don't have any of this stuff going on anymore. But you guys arrive and you're able to you're able to approach, and Daviana greets you and makes sure that you're well rested for the evening. And she says that so far they've turned up a number of interesting things in their search. The inventory itself, most of the things that were missing were found on the body of the giant that you dispatched. There were a couple other things, but most of them were minor, but there was one fairly major thing that was missing. She said there was an artifact that they had that dated back to the old ancient war between the giants and the dragons in Astoria centuries ago. It was something that they recovered not that long ago, several years ago, after the battle, or not the battles, but the whole issue with Tiamat being raised. This all occurred like about 2-3 years ago, or the Tiamat was. They were trying to raise Tiamat, and there was a whole bunch of dragon cultists, and all this stuff was going on. It was part of the Queen of the Dragon Horde campaign that Wizards released. Anyway, that was a couple years ago. And it was around about that time that they found this artifact. It was the way she described it. It was a red gem about the size of a football, and it was called the Dragon's Eye.
Huh. Hey.
That isn't the
We-
one we had, was it?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, it is.
the way she describes it, it sounds very similar. And she picks up on your facial expressions and says, "Have you heard of this?"
You know, we found it.
Yeah,
we
We've
found
more
it.
well,
than heard of it.
we mentioned
bought
it.
it.
To her. We mentioned that to her during dinner the previous night.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you did, didn't you? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and so, yeah, that's something that they had forgotten apparently that they had. It was basically when they found this artifact. What they learned about it was that it was something that they couldn't really study because doing so actually, if the more time you spent in the presence of this, it affected your mind and
Uh-oh.
filled you with the compulsion to go out and slay a dragon.
All right.
What's wrong with that?
At the exclusion of all other concerns. So it turned out that they basically were kind of keeping it in case like they need it. What they could find out about it is it was basically some type of artifact that was very dangerous to dragons. The giants used it in their wars against the dragons, but what exact powers it actually had, they never were able to find out. They kept it around in case they needed it, but the whole issue with Tiamat resolved itself without needing to be used by Silvery Moon itself. By
Well,
the
they didn't
Hubbard.
keep it around. They didn't keep it around too well, considering where we found it, underground. You know.
What do you mean you found it underground? It was in our vaults.
We found two.
We
That's the
found it-
second one.
Oh, is there two of them? Ah, okay.
Yeah. Dragons
well-
have two eyes.
So the one,
Yeah.
yeah. So the one, well, okay, well, never know if it's yeah. So the one we yeah, we told her the previous night how we came upon the one that we found.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So that one, yeah. When you talked about it, she didn't really know much about it. Now that the inventory has turned it up, that they did indeed have it. That actually was before, because she, if you remember, Daviana came to power, so to speak, very shortly. I mean, it was just like within the last, I think, year or two. So she actually wasn't in charge when this thing was kept. So she, when you mentioned it to her, it was really kind of the first that she really knew about it. She doesn't track every artifact that the Harpers locate or investigate. Crowan kind of knew about it, but didn't really put two and two together that was like the same thing that they had, and he had actually forgotten that it was there too. But in any case,
Probably been drinking a lot.
yeah, exactly. But yes, that totally stands to reason when you mention that. Yeah, dragons have two eyes. Most creatures have two eyes. So if you found one, that was probably the other. Now that it's missing, it seems likely that other giant was probably making off with it, and did make off with it, since it was not obviously on the body of this giant that you killed.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask him.
What were the other artifacts that were on this giant?
They were mainly just, mundane, like uncommon magic items. Nothing like legendary or anything like that.
So nothing that we can say that they're necessarily looking to fight dragons or something. 'Cause
No,
obviously that is useful against dragons. So if we could piece two and two together of their motive is what I'm trying to figure out.
yeah. I mean, it's as soon as they found out that was the major item that was missing. That's the only legendary or truly like artifact style thing that was missing. So it seemed very targeted. The other stuff, she guesses that maybe while they were down there, they were lining their pockets or something. It's like, hey, here's some trinkets.
Well,
So
cloud giants are kind of into that whole money and trinkets and stuff like that. So
do the Harpers know of any war or something happening between the giants and the dragons now?
Yeah, that's the other thing I was
Well,
gonna
we-
ask.
Yeah, didn't we mention the whole ordning thing last night too during dinner?
Yeah, but that doesn't that is different than them fighting dragons. So
Right.
that's
Oh,
my
right,
that's
right,
my
right, right.
question. I want to know if
Gotcha.
they're fighting dragons.
Yep.
Let me see what her. Okay, and okay. She is not aware of anything like that going on. Crowan hypothesizes that it's interesting. He's not aware that any, like it's not like the giants have openly declared war against the dragons. It's just basically a racial enmity that's always been there since centuries and centuries ago. He's not aware of any formal open war being declared, and obviously, if they bump up against each other, they're probably going to fight. But there hasn't been any sort of organized attacks, like groups of giants storming dragon nests or declaring open war against them. He does, though, find it interesting that during the whole incident with Tiamat several years ago, that the giants didn't take part in that at all. They pretty much just stayed out of everything. They didn't really get involved at all. Which, considering the enmity that the two races have, he found that a little bit interesting. But as far as he's aware, there isn't anything currently being done like that. But he doesn't know.
Well, should we ask this giant some questions and see if he can shed any more light?
So usually, I'm assuming this is limited, and they will not answer questions truthfully. We should make sure we know what questions we want to ask before we cast the spell.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm assuming we'll be on a time frame. So yeah.
Well, it's 5 questions.
Okay. Yeah. So we should come up with what 5 questions we want to ask first.
What is your name?
3, 5, sir. 3.
Did you like the food at dinner?
What is your favorite
Are you
aperitif?
really dead?
Are you really dead?
So I guess one I would ask is, are you at war with the dragons, or why are you gathering? So they wanted the eye that we had, or maybe they
why
didn't, I don't
why
know.
did you come to this tower?
They're getting. No, that's
too
like
general.
that's too
Okay.
general. To me, I would ask,
Yeah.
why are they looking for dragon-related artifacts or something
Right.
like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you digging up artifacts? It's at least 3, right? So the stone in the middle of the first city that we had, the whatever obelisk or something that was buried by the fire giants, and this one we were directly related to a giant interacting with that thing, right? 3, correct?
Yeah.
To me, I'd ask why. Why are you guys collecting dragon-related artifacts or something like that?
They're artifacts in general. Because we don't know if the other ones are dragon related.
Well, have we put it down to the cloud giants that dropped the stones on the village? How do we know they weren't storm giants?
Because we were
What is
told
that?
they were cloud giants.
From the description that you had from the eyewitnesses, again, you didn't witness it, but they basically floated. There was essentially a castle on a cloud that floated over, and that's where the stones dropped from. That's not. I mean, that's generally a cloud giant MO type of thing. Storm
Right, but
giants
then
don't.
those fire giants were digging up stuff. So is it all? I mean, are they collecting stuff related to the ordning, and not necessarily dragons and stuff like that?
Right. That's why we should ask, why are you collecting these
Yeah.
artifacts?
Well, I think Paul had a good question. Are you at war with the dragons? Right? Yes or no?
So
and if it's no, then it's like, then why did you collect this artifact?
So, do we have any other tasks
I think
or
that's
any other people in the future? Are we like, now we don't know what to do? We just have the leads.
we should
Are we on our own?
We have some other stuff to
Yeah, we should go back and get that stone and bring it back here. Now that I highly doubt that they would be able to infiltrate this place again.
Oh, the
do. Well,
dragon
this
eye, you
place
mean?
is more secure than where it is currently located, at least. I
Correct.
would agree with that.
Right.
So first question is why you collecting dragon related artifacts. Why is your kind now like attacking settlements? They're like acting like the old dragon giant war, right? So
Right.
why are you active now?
Where
do
did you send
do you
your
have
friend?
like a leader? Like who's your leader? Why are you doing this kind of thing?
Yep.
That would be 3. I don't know.
Where
Somebody
did you
said
send your friend to?
Oh yeah,
Your companion.
that's a good one.
Right. And how about will more cloud giants be coming to this tower?
That's
'Cause
a
I
yes
think-
or no question again.
I think they got what they wanted.
Yeah,
Is my guess.
I agree.
Well, I'll cast it and you guys can ask.
No, you have to ask. It's your spell.
Okay. All right. All right. So
Well, we got 4, so there
yeah.
you go.
I cast it on this dude.
Okay. So you gather around the body. Okay.
Relix is on top of the body for some reason.
Yeah, I see that.
Just cat things.
Yeah.
Staring intently at his face, like cats tend to do.
Relix is baking biscuits on the giant.
Right.
Okay, Valdry, I'm going to give you one more intelligence check.
Lord. Why? Why do you hit me with intelligence?
Okay.
Wow.
One detail about this spell is that the corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew.
Oh. I don't speak giant.
Do you
You
have
have
to
comprehend
ask the question?
languages?
No, I do not have that.
Well, then this
Good.
was useless.
Does he
Nope.
have to
Who
ask
knows
them?
giant? I thought one of us did.
Yeah,
I
we
I
do.
know giant. Dave
Yeah,
knows
but if he
giant,
casts a
Paul
spell,
knows
he
giant.
has to ask the questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but can I write them down first?
Yeah, we can just tell him how to
Say it.
speak giant. We'll be able to hear his answer.
Sure.
Um,
I know. He said, "Say this in Spanish."
Just
Right.
Pablo, el baño, por
Donde
favor,
Yeah, but if you say that to
está
someone who speaks-
cerveza?
If you say that to somebody who
Please.
speaks Spanish,
Burrito
they can figure out what you're
Supreme.
saying.
I'm just saying that we wouldn't know. You could do that. Yes, I agree, but he might not understand
It's
it.
not going to be fluent.
Same.
Well,
yeah.
don't giants speak common as well?
Some clearly do, because we
Some?
talked to the guy who flew us around.
Doesn't a cloud giant speak common?
How do we? Have you ever met a
We don't know.
cloud giant?
well, you guys
We
have. I
have.
mean, definitely
around with
Zephyros
them.
did, but that doesn't mean that,
Yeah,
every
oh,
human doesn't speak Spanish. Every human doesn't speak Italian.
All right.
Yeah. So some clearly do,
But
but
cloud
this
giants,
guy does.
a lot of cloud giants understand common. Did this guy?
Probably more common for cloud giants to speak it than other giant types
Mhm.
because of their nature, but that doesn't mean he does necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, you would say.
Our last question.
Go ahead.
Our last question should be: is that Zephyros as crazy as we think he is? Seeing we only had 4. Anyway.
Well, if worst comes to worst, they could. I mean, you're in a wizard's tower. They certainly have a scroll of comprehend languages if you can cast that, Valdry.
Oh. Okay. Well,
but it's. I mean, I'm just bringing it up because
Couldn't
it
they
may or
cast
may
that
not
on
be an
him?
issue.
Right.
It's not
Could
necessarily
they
a
cast
given.
that on him? Could they cast that on him?
Normally, well, it's you. The target is you, is self. So he would have to cast it on
Oh.
himself if he was the
Oh,
one.
wait a minute.
speaking.
Wait. Wait. I've got tongues.
Just
I've got-
I
in
have a
general.
tongue.
He
too.
has a tongue.
I
Congratulations.
have.
We all
I
have,
have-
them.
I have-
Mirror is rooming with him from now on.
Well, I have. Well, I've got the tongue spell. But again, I didn't prepare it, so we'd have to wait another 8 hours.
Okay,
Well,
they've got
can
enough.
Can you give him a wisdom check to know that he wouldn't be able to speak giant and talk to him before he
I
remembered
gave
his
him.
spells?
It was a yeah. I gave him a chance beforehand, but in any case, you're like I said, you're in a wizard's tower. Someone can cast. It's a 3rd level spell, but they've got plenty of high level casters there. You know, probably
Okay.
Crowan's got it. Like, oh yeah, I prepare that every morning so I can insult my acolytes and they don't know it. Anyway, he casts tongues on you just in case you need it.
All right.
It's good for an hour, so.
Okay.
All right. So you know you can speak giant if you wish to, and the body's there. So you cast the spell, and
Yep.
the body kind of shakes a little bit, but doesn't otherwise rise. The eyes don't open, and it's not breathing. But you get the idea that the spell is indeed working.
Yep. And our first question is, why are you seeking dragon-related artifacts? Is that correct? I look at the group.
Sure.
All right. Why are you seeking out dragon-related artifacts?
The body kind of shudders a little bit, and the mouth kind of drops open, and this voice, which is very different from the intonation that it had in life, but still very deep, says, "Sansuri sent us to find him."
Sansuri.
Okay, I look at the group. Next question: do we want to know who this Sansori is? Do we ask that, or do we stick with
They could say like he's my god. So like you could ask
Okay.
like what type of creature is Sansuri? Be specific, right? To get it
Mhm.
down to he's a Odiug or Beholder or something, right? I don't know.
Okay.
It's a housefly in my underpants.
Yeah. All right. So then, what kind of creature is Sansori?
Sansuri is the leader of the Cloud Giants.
He didn't answer the question. What a dick.
She is a Cloud Giant leader.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So do we want to ask? Are you at war with the dragons right now? Do we want to? Is that the question? All right. Are you at war with dragons now?
We always fight dragons.
Okay. Do we want to ask if they're going to send more cloud giants to the tower?
Definitely,
I don't think
Daviana would
I
like
think
to know
so.
if she would say, can you ask us specifically if there are any other Cloud Giant infiltrators in
Ooh.
the castle or
Okay.
in the tower?
Yes. All right. All right. Are there any more of your kind here in the towers?
No.
I would say collaborators, not your kind, because it could be a non-giant one.
Too late.
Too late. Wah, wah.
So you've got
So
one
how many
question
is that?
left.
That's 4. We've got 1 left. Do we want to ask if he has any other collaborators, or is that a kind of a waste in a question?
That'd be a
Pods or
waste
feet?
of a question now, I think.
Pods or feet? Pods or feet? Pods or feet? I have no idea.
Do we want to say why?
You could ask about are you preparing for war against non-giant kind or something like.
What about why are they seeking artifacts throughout the world?
Well,
Well,
I
this-
asked why are they looking for dragon-related ones because they're, prepping for war with
Right.
the dragon, so
For
they're
Sun
not.
Tzu.
But
at
a lot
war.
of these other artifacts aren't dragon related. Like the Nightstone, it's just an artifact.
Yeah, what is their purpose for
Okay.
stealing artifacts?
What are they going to use the
throughout
artifacts
world?
for?
Okay. What are you going to use the artifacts that you have recovered for?
You're saying you like you're addressing like he
Oh, yeah.
personally is doing
What
this.
what are the cloud? All right. So what are the cloud giants planning to do with the artifacts that you have recovered?
Okay. Give me a second here. Sansuri seeks the troves of dragon magic to convince the rest of giant kind to kneel before her.
There you go.
And it's a lady cloud giant.
All right.
All right. That's 5 questions. go to sleep, big guy. Whack,
And the
whack.
buddy's like, okay, now off with his head.
Yeah.
Interesting, yes. So, let me see if the name means anything. Oh, wow, natural 20. Okay. Yeah, Daviana, actually, the name rings a bell to her. Countess Sansuri is indeed a high noble of the cloud giants. Obviously, they weren't involved up until now very closely with anything that the Harpers were working on, but in her studies and various things that she's heard throughout the years, she definitely is high in their ranks. And she actually has a castle, a floating castle, that is known as Lin Armal, is the name of the castle.
Sounds cool.
I'll put that in chat. But she doesn't know where it would be. Obviously, it's a floating castle, so it can move around. It's never in a fixed location necessarily, just like Zephyrus's tower. But it sounds like, to her anyway, that yes, the Countess Sansuri is seeking these items. She's looking specifically for caches of dragon magic to essentially increase her status. And since you guys mentioned that the ordning had been sundered, it seems likely that the cloud giants are trying to elevate their position relative to the other giants. They're basically, instead of saying, okay, I accept I'm below the storm giants, they actually want to become ascendant. They want to become the dominant race of giants.
Okay.
And the fire giants, going and retrieving that in Tribor is probably for the same purpose, that they want to get artifacts to make them at the top of the heap, seemingly.
I would assume all of the giants are
Trying to
acting
get to the
with
top
that
of the
same
heap. Yep.
goal in mind. Why
Yep.
wouldn't they?
Yeah, because the
Except
ordning...
Goo. Goo just wanted to eat.
Yeah, she wanted to eat her way to the top. Yeah, from what you guys know about the ordning and what, if you recall what Zephyrus said before, it was pretty much the whole identity. It's kind of an alien concept to most races, but just to be born into a caste and that is your life. It wasn't like they necessarily thought that the world was anything different. But when the ordning was sundered, some essential part of their nature changed, and now they see opportunity to change something
Free
that used
for
to be
all.
immutable and improve their own lot.
Yes,
So
yeah.
does this information change what we would want to do next? Does it impact Deviana? Does she want us to do something on behalf of the Harpers because of this knowledge?
Well, based on that information, I mean, she can't directly order you guys to do anything except for Samril. And she actually does have some specific information or a charge to lay on Samril, but it's not necessarily specific to this. She would say that out of everyone, you guys seem to be putting the pieces together better just because of you're not aligned necessarily to one faction or one group that needs to protect itself politically. You are able to, you're mobile, you're not tied to a specific location, so you're able to find out different things in different parts of the world and possibly put pieces of this puzzle together in ways that others might not. There may be other adventuring groups out there that are doing the same, but so far she hasn't seen any of them. And she thinks that with you guys, with the experience that you guys have had directly, she thinks that if anyone can unravel this mystery, it probably is you. So she would recommend, continuing to find out what these giants are doing and why. It sounds like she says that while each giant race is likely, essentially their end goal is to become the dominant caste, so to speak, the dominant part of the order. Even though there's not an ordning, they want to be the dominant giant race. It seems that they may be. She's not convinced that they're doing it in the same ways because the giant races all have different motivations. I mean, for example, cloud giants, not all of them are evil. In fact, you met Zephyros, and he's not necessarily unique. Cloud giants, there are those that are friendly towards what they call the small folk and those that are unfriendly.
Yep.
But they are generally more arcane in nature and more, they're more for study and lore and finding out, things about magic and how they work, versus, like fire giants are much more martial in nature. They're regimented, ordered. They see might is in martial prowess and being able to dominate and crush your enemies, and they're probably second to none in terms of like their smithies and forges and weapons and instruments of war. So they would have a very different approach than going out and like seeking just vague arcane magical items to use. But she thinks obviously they're looking for something. I mean, they were digging something up. So
right. Adamantine, wasn't it?
Adamantine.
Whatever they dug up. Yeah.
For the fire giants. So, do any of the tasks that we have today correlate at all or move the needle towards that one goal to find out what the giants are trying to do?
What were we going to? What was the plan to go to Silvery Moon for? Magic weapons?
Yeah.
To aid
so
in a fight against giants.
A lot of what I remember is that we have leads to get magic weapons in Silvery Moon and in
so there is a note that
Zymorvin Hall I have written down as well.
Zephyros told us to look up Harsnag, a frost giant who is a member of Force Grey if we ever ventured north.
Oh, God.
So it sounds like that getting equipment or going north would not be bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that as we go north, we can just start asking more questions about frost giants. And, I don't know.
Yeah.
The other one is a place called Citadel Velbar.
Yeah.
That had problems with fire giants.
Yeah, if you hang on, let me put you on the world map.
That's northeast of Silvery Moon.
Okay, here we go. So, oops, I'm on the wrong map myself. You guys are not in Yurder anymore. You are in Everland.
Everland. Yep.
So you guys
so
are
Silvery
there.
Moon. So I have notes for Silvery Moon, Zymorvan Hall, Citadel Felbar.
Elbar.
All of those I have notes for.
So, well,
That
it sounds
we
like
go.
Silvery Moon is the next logical step, right? It
Yeah.
would get us to either location.
Yeah, we can decide to branch either
Yep.
direction from there.
You know,
Yeah, the
I'm
weapons.
sold.
Exactly. You had several different leads on weapons. One of them was the Margisters. And another one was a giant that was a cache that Othovir, I think, led you on. He said that there was this
Yeah, that was Othavir.
hmm And he said they had a stash of weapons, and they're like a family that's pretty powerful, but reputed to be involved in like devil worship or something like that. And anyway, there's this cache that he gave you instructions on maybe how to sneak off with it or steal it from this carriage house at their mansion. The other one was a lead on a dragon slaying weapon that you had a lead to from a captain.
That was, yeah, Harthos Zymorvan
hmm
is a knight that has a giant slaying rapier
Ooh, that'd be
in
handy.
Zymorvan Hall.
So those are the weapons, and I mean, apart from them being generally, obviously useful, they didn't necessarily have anything in terms of information that you might
Right.
immediately know about.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
Yeah, they just seem like useful stops, but not info.
So- Does are there any giant sightings? Any leads north about giant activity that we could follow that she might have?
specifically, she knows, and everyone knows, and you guys know that definitely the giant activity has been everywhere. I mean, it's not just confined necessarily to one area. Generally, the north has seen the most activity with fire giants. And from what she knows, she doesn't know. She knows that somewhere in the north there is actually a fortress that the fire giants call home. But she doesn't know exactly where it is, but it's fairly far to the northeast.
So this is my question, right? So we knew about the fat hill giant lady who was trying to do something.
Goop,
She
yeah.
might know something in Golden Fields, but that's such a long ways away that I'm like, okay, let's go check out Golden Fields and see where we can find the fat hill giant. Dude, that's like a month away. I don't know.
We have teleportation at our disposal now.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Was that one of the nodes? I'm trying to think if that was a node.
Yeah, it'd get us close.
Well, we could get to Waterdeep.
Yeah,
That would-
Waterdeep
Yeah, we could
is a
get to
node.
Waterdeep. Yarder.
I guess I just don't want to walk
Yeah.
back to Waterdeep.
No.
Or, you know,
No,
we can take
or
you a month.
Golden
Teleport.
Fields.
We can
Yeah.
teleport to
Could
Waterdeep.
teleport, and then it would be
Okay.
like a day or two journey to get to Golden Fields if we wanted to
So,
take on those
I guess from
giants.
my perspective, I like the idea of the weapon leads. If
Mhm.
we hear more activity in the north, that's fine. But other
Well, we're
than
going to
that,
be heading to new areas, meeting new
Right.
people. There
Yep.
might be new activity we'll learn about.
and
I
if that
think that's
and if that doesn't pan out, then we could go back to Golden Fields, look for a fat hill giant lady.
Yeah.
well, we know that at Citadel Felbar we've heard of fire giant activity, so we can eventually
Oh.
head there
Oh, okay.
as well.
Yeah, Citadel Felbar is, you know, that's a dwarven stronghold, and that's
Yep.
where the smith. He said that he basically gave you a recommendation, or I should say, like a note of, what is it called? There's an official name for it. I can't remember what it's called. But
It's a
basically,
mark of prestige.
yes, a mark of prestige. Thank you very much. But that would essentially curry favor for you amongst the dwarves if you were to go there.
Ah.
Otherwise, the dwarves
That's
are
not bad.
fairly insular usually.
Yes.
It's not like they'd necessarily be
So-
hostile to you, but you'd get much further with them with such a promissory note, a note of prestige.
Yes.
So we don't need to work our way up the ordening level, right? Hill giants. Fire giants.
You can do whatever
I
you
have,
want.
I have no idea what that is, so I don't know what the ordering levels are, but
No, the
let's do it. We'll do it by CR level, challenge rating
yeah.
level.
There you go.
The hill giants are definitely at the low end of the totem pole there, but yeah, the fire
Does it
giants
go
are.
hill, frost, fire?
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Hill, frost, fire, and then cloud, and then storm.
There's also stone giants too.
Oh, stone. Yeah, stone.
I
And
think
frost-
stone are under cloud.
The frost giants
But aren't
are.
stone giants good guys? Or no?
Well, I vote for Silvery Moon. That's
Yeah.
my vote. We don't know what else to do.
Works for me.
That's
Yep.
my vote.
Yeah, well, I mean, there, like I said, it's all over the place. Like the northwest, like around by Mirabar and the Spine of the World and Icewind Dale, that's generally like what you'd consider to be like frost giant territory. So there's likely a whole lot of
Mhm.
shit going down over there. And the
I love the video games, so let's go there.
And we can we can teleport to Mirabar. That's one of the nodes.
Yep.
From Everland.
and Neverwinter is about halfway down the coast between there and
Yep.
well, not halfway, maybe like a third of the way. It's a long
I
coast.
want to see if we can find Drizzit. Is it Drizzit?
Duan?
What's how do you? Yeah, I want to find him and his cat.
Drizzed.
So anyway, yes, you
I know
have
where we're going.
a wide open plethora of places you could go.
So did we say Silvery Moon?
I think so.
All right.
I'm gonna go get a cookie.
The other thing that
Okay.
she recommends that if you know where one of these dragon eyes are, that it probably
Mhm.
would not be a bad idea to secure that before allowing it. I mean, it sounds like if they found one, they're going to be looking for the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other, my guess is understood common and heard our conversation last night.
Well, so I'm trying to think. So the Chaslog Yarghorn has it. He was going to do study on it. So, and he is in Waterdeep. I asked,
Davinia?
yeah, if can you send someone to him in Waterdeep and secure that now that we know what its purpose is, I think, and and tell him that you're coming on our behalf, the party that sent to him, and that he needs to give that to you so that it can be secured because the cloud giants are looking for it.
Yes. Yeah, we can send a representative or a party, probably more likely.
I'd send a party, yeah.
But yes, if you give me his address, we will
Yep.
definitely be able
So
to.
we pass on the information and in the house and everything in order to contact him and say, yeah, we should probably have that secured now.
Do you have a means to prove that we are working on your behalf?
I looked to Mirror because Mirror, you were our in with him, right? Because he knew your
Right.
father.
Correct.
So I mentioned if you mention Mirror and Mirror's father, Mirror, do you want to write a message that can be sent along to say yes, these Harpers are working on our behalf, and you should turn over
Yeah.
and give like some sort of mark or whatever to prove that it's you.
Yeah. Good idea.
That should, if you have some means of ascertaining that that's you, yes. If he has any sort of magical means, he may be able to also verify it. But
Right.
anything that would be definitely defined or traceable back to you if he's a friend of your family, which brings me to my other question: is your family safe?
Yeah. I hope so.
Well, perhaps a note to
Who
your father
knows?
to take care as well, right?
Right.
That they could deliver to your father, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe they go find your father first, and then take him to meet
Right, the other
meet
guy.
him, and you give a note, for them to hand to your father that proves that only the two of you would know, which proves
Right.
that they're coming on our behalf.
Don't
Right, yeah.
clerics have the spell sending?
Well,
Which is any place on your current plane I can talk to somebody as long as you have a description or something.
Yeah, but I don't have it prepared.
Well, I'm saying you could prepare it later.
Okay.
It's not. What I'm saying
There's
is
always
yes.
tomorrow.
there's always tomorrow, and if you want to send a message
right.
somewhere and you want
Yes.
to,
Yes, I
Yeah.
do have. Yes, I do have sending.
Well, that was one
I
way
don't
that
know exactly what it does.
that's how that's
Go ahead.
actually how they it wasn't his father, it wasn't, or excuse me, Mira's father directly, but basically the Emerald Enclave, they used that to notify that you were coming to
Well,
Tribor.
yes.
That's
So then
basically
so then I can say that. So I'll prepare that tonight, and then tomorrow I will send the message to Foghorn Leghorn, telling you that a party from the Harpers is coming to retrieve the Dragonite gem, and they are working on our behalf, and this must be secured for your safety and for Waterdeep safety.
Right.
So we're headed to Waterdeep.
No, I'm just
No.
Oh,
just say, because you may get a whole party of cloud and get down on Waterdeep if they think this thing is there.
Sending is a short message, 25 words, to a creature which you are familiar. I would say you're familiar enough with Mira's dad that you'd be able to do that. Creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. The spell enables creatures with an intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message. Send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Mirror, your dad's not hanging out on another plane of existence, is he?
Only in the afternoons.
It's 10 o'clock somewhere. Okay.
Okay. So I'll do that, and we'll get the timing down. I'll send the message, and then you can send your party to Mirror's father and go and retrieve the Dragon Eye.
And in the meantime, your
Perfect.
plan is to go to Silvery Moon then?
Silvery Moon. Yep.
Which is where I believe Samral is native of Silvery Moon, wasn't he
do we
originally?
have to sing the song?
To the Silvery
By the
Moon.
light of the silvery moon.
That's how you get into the song. They make you sing that
Yeah.
with a bucket on your head.
That's how you know I'm in my 50s.
So in recognition of what you guys have done for the Harpers, in which case I have another thing for Samral too, but that's aside. If you're going to Silvery Moon, she's got something for you. But in general, since you guys were so instrumental in assisting in this, even though that item did get lost, it was definitely no fault of yours. You did everything you possibly could to recover it, and were instrumental in finding out where it might have gone. They have a bunch of magic items that they're going to give you. Since it's a wizard's tower, hey,
Wow.
we've got stuff all over the place. So
Yay!
they've actually picked
Yay.
items specifically for each one of you. So I will put each one
Aw.
in chat. What were you thinking? You got a smorgasbord here? It's a whole buffet.
Yay!
Valdry, you are gifted a Pearl of Power.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Ah. I like
Mirror,
it.
you are gifted 6 arrows of giant slaying and
Oh.
bracers of archery.
Wow.
Wow.
Groot, you are gifted a cloak of protection and a staff of the python.
Ooh.
Huh.
Ah.
Staff? Yeah, stay away from my staff, man.
Can't get the staff. Serendil, you appropriately are gifted Boots of Speed. Plus, you can
Ooh.
have any 2 second-level spell scrolls of your choice.
That's cool.
They've got
Pearl
pretty
of Power
much.
basically gives me back an expended spell slot. That could come in handy.
And Samral, you get a rock. No,
Yay!
Yay!
My favorite.
you get 2 items as well. You get a suit of glamored studded leather armor. So you can do that glam rock thing. And a homebrewed item. Basically, it's a Harp of Inspiration. Essentially, once per long rest, you can play this harp to grant you an additional bardic inspiration.
All right.
Nice.
So those are definitely for you guys to have gratis for in recognition of everything you've done for the Harpers, and hopefully will continue to do. Samral also, Daviana takes you aside and says that if you are going to Silvery Moon, she says that if you happen to get the chance, if you could maybe look for a missing Harper agent there. His name is Guard Inless. He was last seen in Silvery Moon a couple weeks ago, and he had set up. He had basically been set up there, doing the standard Harper thing, which is basically spying on everybody and making sure nobody sees you. But he hadn't reported in for a couple weeks. So
Could you spell that?
yeah, I'll put it here in chat.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's not what I went with at all.
Most D&D thing, it's actually kind of fun watching. It's like Mad Libs or what's like the say of second degree or whatever, or things just get perverted over time.
Preverted.
But that, yeah, in addition to, obviously, the focus should be on the giants and resolving that situation. And she concurs that if you got, she has heard of Harshnag, and she concurs with Zephyros that it probably would be in her best interest to seek him out, but nobody knows where the hell he is, so be on the lookout for him.
Okie dokie.
Apart from that, you guys are on your own reconnaissance and are free to do as you wish. And of course, you definitely can use the teleportation network to get to Silvery Moon, unless you really want to walk up there. It's not far away, but
Yeah, I think we'll
Still
take.
faster to teleport, I think, right?
to TP. We're going to
Yeah, I was
TP
gonna say
Silvery Moon.
TP.
Okay. So are you going to go tonight, or are you going to spend another night and do the sending thing first?
Yeah, let's do that. If that's okay with you guys. Otherwise, we can do it tomorrow.
I don't think we need to wait.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Can
Other
do it
people
on the
can
road.
disagree.
Yeah, we
I
just
don't
got
think
up.
we have any reason to wait.
Yeah, so I'll work out the timing and say I'll do it at the end of today, and I'll send the message first thing tomorrow, and then you can send your agents.
Very good. In that case, unless there's anything else you need, we'll prepare the teleportation circle for you, and be ready to depart whenever you like.
Super duper.
If you guys need anything from town, you're free to do that too. Pick up any. I mean, you're going to Silvery Moon, so if there's anything in Everland that you want before you teleport away.
Oh, I can't think of anything we need, guys. What do you think, guys? Yeah, we're good.
Man,
Okay.
glamored studded leather armor is awesome.
And it looks fabulous on you.
Exactly.
You'll look
I can use a command
fabulous,
word
darling.
to make it assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor. So you all just see me walking around in plate mail armor now. Just like decked out in plate mail armor.
Even though he's only
That's
wearing
what it
stuff.
looks like.
Actually, that would have been really useful.
Like the
Grand Dame, you would have actually been able to wear it, or at least get away with
like
wearing it.
the polished plate mail from Excalibur, the movie, right? The highly polished,
Yeah.
gleaming.
Gleaming. Okay, well, if there's nothing else in Everland, then you guys are allowed back into the top tower where the teleportation circle. Your departure will be overseen by Fluin, who this time is not napping, since he's had a little bit of activity in his life. It's not so boring for him, but he is qualified to send you guys on your way. So he gets ready. It seems like he kind of doesn't take nearly as much time as Kolbaz did. He seems a little bit less scatterbrained, if not quite as alert. So he starts casting, and he says, yeah, take about 5 minutes to get ramped up. And after 5 minutes, he asks if you're ready, and if so, he will activate the magic. And with your nod, he will do so. He activates it, and again, you guys feel this weird pulling sensation, and this time it feels a little bit different. In addition, instead of like just being pulled in one direction, it suddenly feels like one of your arms is like stretching off in the wrong direction, and
Oh, jeez.
it's like wait, and then the rest of you actually starts getting pulled back along where you were originally going and pulled in its different direction, and you're kind of going ass first down this long stretchy corridor of light, when suddenly you're slammed back into your bodies. Again, this time you guys all feel extremely discomfited, and several things you notice immediately. It is extremely cold. You are not in a building. You are outside and surrounded by snow-covered mountains. And as far as you can see, there are no habitations.
I don't think we're in Silvery Moon.
And
I'm
we will
gonna- can I
leave
do
us off there.
Can I do a? Yeah.
Who fucked up?
Oops.
Yeah, something apparently went wrong with the teleportation circle. And if you guys recall, when you first arrived in Everland, those two Tressum were in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
But in any case,
Fucking Tressum.
yes, you are now. It is actually really cold. You don't know exactly where you are. I don't know as if any of you guys have any skills for navigation. And I know.
Yeah, I might. I don't know.
I think survival does that, doesn't it?
Yeah, survival lets you keep you from getting lost, but it's also kind of based on landmarks and, not being suddenly dropped in the middle of a new location too.
Right.
I would say if you guys want to make survival checks, you can maybe figure out where you are.
Sure.
Holy
That actually
shitballs,
wasn't a bad
Groot.
roll. That was
I
not a
don't
bad
know.
roll for me.
I don't
Yeah,
know where
Mirror
we
is
are.
good too.
Damn.
22.
Mirror does.
Well, you're not sure exactly where you are, but putting your heads together, Groot, you and Mirror figure out that you might be somewhere in the Ice Mountains.
Oh, fudge.
Which is
Oh, Ice Mountain's way over by Citadel area.
Adabar. Abadar.
Okay.
Oh, fudge.
is it on this map?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
It's to the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Way to the
That's-
northeast.
Right.
Fudge a doodle, man.
Oh,
That's
cool.
that's not even on the
Fudge a doodle.
network.
No, you actually got pulled out of network.
Mother pus bucket.
Your HMO's not
Set the
covering this
router.
one.
Our packets got hijacked.
So much for being able to teleport to other locations.
Yeah, right. something. Yeah. Hmm.
But this is where
Okay.
we're gonna leave it off for tonight.
Well.
We'll pick up next time. If you
Alright.
guys, I am assuming you didn't have any warm or cold weather clothing with you, so there may be some side effects to the cold after some amount of time that might necessitate some things. But you feel fairly confident with between Groot and Mirror that you probably at least won't starve to death. And
I've got a blankie.
well, there
Yeah.
you go. You're sorted. You're set to go.
I have
I'm
3
sorted.
sets of clothing. Can I just wear all 3 sets? Of
Yeah, sure. That's an improvement. But anyway, we will pick it up next time and see where you guys end up.
Level up. Oh. No level up.
Nice try.
No
Nice
level up.
try. We're,
Damn it.
Okay.
actually, you
Alright,
know what?
another
You know what?
bright
No,
boys.
actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Level up. It's been long enough.
Oh,
Ah,
Yay, pressure
Yay.
works.
Pressure
works. Just harass the DM till he lets
No,
harass
make
it's-
the DM work.
Like I was saying before this session ended, this whole section of the adventure is very loose, and you can do things in any order. So it actually matters a little bit less. Yeah, what point you do things, but there's a certain point at which you'll want to be a certain level. So anyway, you guys
Yeah.
have suffered
So
enough.
Just
Like,
so we're now
like
7th level.
you're
Yes.
stuck in the frickin' cold.
Yes.
We are 7th level.
I am going to get underwear of thermal performance. That's what I'm going to look for.
Right.
I like it.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks again, guys.
Cool.
We'll see you.
All right.
See you
Yeah,
next time.
thanks.
There,
See you, boys.
Thanks.
Yep.
See
Have
you
a
guys.
good night.
Next
Bye.
time.